We've all heard about the problems of foreigners buying land in Spain, Tenerife or even Bulgaria. But those problems come pale in comparison to what can happen in Thailand. For a start, foreigners can't own land here. So they put their properties in the names of their Thai wives or in Thai companies, or they take out 30-year leases. All these have their pitfalls, but perhaps the worst pitfalls of all come from foreigners who come here to Thailand with the intention of ripping off their fellow countrymen. Pattaya, Thailand, a booming beach resort attracting visitors from all over the world. The city has a reputation for its raunchy nightlife. It seems everyone here is relentlessly chasing the tourist dollar well into the night. Even the children. Thousands of foreigners want to buy into this so-called paradise. To cope with property demand, every tiny patch of land is being bought up to build houses and apartments. And many people are being tricked into buying property which simply doesn't exist. So much so that one development company's advertising campaign is based on the fact that they actually do build the houses they promise to. In a back office, a group of foreigners discuss the new dreams in the sun they can sell to visitors and retirees. The grey-haired man in the brown shirt is Neil Koloff. Before arriving in Thailand, he served jail time in Copenhagen for pimping, offences of violence and handling stolen goods. But in Thailand he's a new man. He's living the Pattaya dream. He has become the chief of the Pattaya Foreign Police Volunteers, president of the Rotary Club, Knight of Rizal, publisher and TV personality.
Pattaya People Television, today reporting to you from the Tepasit area. We're here, a new property development company has started, and I'm here with the owner of Harlequin Property, Mr. Dave Ames. And Dave, would you like to introduce your company to 100,000 Pattayans?
Certainly do.
David Ames was in town from the UK to promote, amongst others, this project called Lake Villas to property clients in the UK.
Harlequin Properties, British company, as you can hear by the voice. We're a developer worldwide. We develop in the Caribbean. We're building in all 7 hotels in the Caribbean, which basically mainly 5-star. And what we do, we give people from the UK, rather than just buying it straight home, but it's mainly an investment as well. So what we do, we give the customer the confidence in knowing they have a UK company who have sourced the land, sourced the investment in the development of what we're building, and it's safe in the knowledge that they'll A, get a good return on their investment, and what they basically are looking for when they buy abroad is for something that's actually going to give them a capital return on their investment and a rental return on their investment.
Several years on, investors in Lake Villas are lucky to get £160 a month for renting out a villa here, and only £80 for an apartment. In fact, the developers have taken their money for the build and are also renting the properties and keeping the cash for themselves. David Ames of Harlequin UK now has a website dedicated to him. It's called Harley.com. Ames, a former bankrupted double glazing salesman from Essex, has taken at least £180 million in deposits to build 6,000 homes in the Caribbean. So far he has built just 192, and buyers want their money back. In Thailand, Ames left control to Richard Horton, who transferred the projects to Thailand Property, Media and Exhibition Company, also known as TPME. Horton, like Koloff, has reinvented himself. In Pattaya, he too got himself elected as president of the same Rotary Club. He could be seen running around town giving charitable gifts to worthy causes, and people invested in his integrity, hundreds of them. While Horton and his associates were hamming up projects like Jade Gardens, Chang Gardens, and Forest View, people like Marine Toby Brockhurst were sending in cash for their property dreams. Toby, who served on HMS Bulwark with 45 Commando in Lebanon and Iraq, first bought into a project called Chang Gardens with his Thai wife Wana. Back in Thailand with his wife, Toby took us to the construction site. It's the same today as it was then.
It was going to be apartments and some townhouses. Originally they said I'd be transferred into Emerald Palace, but then that changed again and I was transferred into a new development called Phoenix Grove. I'll show you the next place I was offered. That's at Phoenix Grove. Yeah, Grand Villa.
Phoenix Grove was now Grand Villa and being developed by someone else. And the only bricks laid here at Forest View were for a guard post to protect the site from thieves. Now 28-year-old Toby is counting the costs since he made his first down payment 6 years ago.
I started paying in September 2006 and the last payment I made was in March 2008. I paid just over 1.5 million back.
And he has offered to refund the money to you?
In March 2010 I asked the seller, basically had had enough and wanted a refund, and he agreed to pay me over 12 months in instalments. And I kept emailing him and he kept promising, he kept saying, look, the money's coming, the money will be there this month, this week, and then 2 years later, still nothing.
Richard Horton and his associates run Ponzi scams. As each project fails, and some seem predetermined to do so, the buyers are moved on to the next. But many want their money back, and they don't get it. The records of the TPME show that some £7 million is owed to creditors on projects in Pattaya alone. That's 350 million Thai baht. In reality, TPME have probably taken twice that. While the show goes on in Pattaya, local police show reluctance to investigate crimes by foreigners against foreigners. And even these foreign tourist police can do little more than give directions. David Kerai and Rakesh Haji have just arrived from Cardiff, having spent £61,000 or 3 million baht for a condominium in a block called Emerald Palace. It's finally been completed 3 years late and was one of the original ones promoted by Horton and David Ames through Pattaya People Television. But at Emerald Palace, the manager tells them that their contract is not legal and Richard Horton has not allocated them an apartment. So Richard's given them a document that's not legal? Not legal.
Only one is not legal.
And he's also not told the company that he's taken this money, huh?
I don't have details.
Right, but the company has no record of these people paying. But David and Rakesh have documents proving they paid cash for their condo, paid for legal fees of the transfer, and even maintenance costs.
Well, basically, we took our contract in, showed the manager, what's right for the hours, unit number 709, and basically he just said, it's not a legal document because it needs more than 2 signatures or more than 1 signature, and currently we only got 1 signature from Richard Horton, basically. The manager said, go to the police, and that's pretty much it. It's been, 5 years now, and he hasn't had anything. He's got all the money, but no unit in return.
David and Rakesh are not alone. All the other buyers in Emerald Palace arrived to find out that their property deeds had been hawked by Horton to the Kasikorn Bank. They've been trying to get the Thai authorities to help them, but so far nobody seems to care. One of the buyers, John Barber from Northern Ireland, formerly a financial advisor, arrived to find his £61,000 apartment occupied by a Thai woman.
We went up to show some friends the actual condo, Saifon's friends, and we went up, and first of all we couldn't get in the door, and we said to the lady down below, our key's not working, oh try this pass key. So we went in and there's furniture there, and I thought, wow, Richard has actually put furniture in. Hurrah! He's done something. And then the girl said down at reception, "This is not your condo." And I said, "It is our condo. This is my wife's condo." And said, "No, it doesn't belong to your wife. It belongs to the vice president of the Castlecorn Bank." And I said, "What? You kidding me?"
John Barber's worries have affected his health.
So I've been retired now. My business partner died, and I've been living mostly in the UK, coming back here for trying for a holiday. But this has put a big financial burden on anything that we had, really. And
all buyers at Emerald Palace have been hurt badly.
Borrowed money off the bank with our deeds. Well, it's cost me everything, all my life savings, and you know, when my wife died, I had a bit of insurance money there to invest for my kids for when they get older. Now I've got grandchildren now. I was on the phone to my kids yesterday. I cannot tell them what problems I've got here.
Been treated terrible, yeah, and there should be a law against this. It's my retirement money, yeah.
It's a way of extorting money, using apartments which are there, and he has a title deed. My name is not on it, so they can't go to the land registry office and register my apartment within my name.
3 former employees of TPME have come forward to give information about the company's operations. But although they say they'll get evidence in court, they're reluctant to go on camera first for fear of retaliation. One, however, made this statement.
While I was at TPME, we were taking millions of baht on projects which were not built. I did not realise what was going on until I left, but people were already complaining. Richard Horton either lied or kept staff in the dark. On one project, Compton Gardens Phase 2, over £1 million must have been taken within a period of 6 weeks because clients were asked for 50% deposits. But cash never came to Thailand, and I'm informed it was transferred to Dubai. Cash which clients gave for homes in Phoenix Gardens went into Emerald Palace. Mr. Horton, I believe, had bank accounts in Britain and France, where he also had property, but I do not think he had much legal status in Thailand.
So what about those promises made by David Ames, Richard Horton and Niels Koloff?
By investing money with us, they know that over a 2-year period they're going to get a return in their investment automatically. And because there's a company...
so there's no risk for them at all?
No, basically there isn't.
The fact is that people who put money into TPME or Harlequin have not only suffered, many have been ruined. The only people who have gained are Horton, Ames and Koloff, and Horton's henchmen, Paul Salisbury and Nicholas Pearce, who've allegedly taken control of his companies. Niels Koloff works in conjunction with another Pattaya newspaper editor and rip-off man, American Drew Noyes, who's been charged with extortion in another case. For his help, Koloff has been awarded 3 properties in Lake Villas. While angry buyers have had their water and electricity cut off after holding payment in protest, Koloff's units are unaffected, though he has the biggest debt of all. Nor does he mind when the pool turns green. He lives off-site. But when buyers brought their problems to Mr. Koloff's attention, he told them, as a threat, to shut up or they might attract the attention of the media themselves. His media, presumably. Well, our questions to these people have gone unanswered, and of course they've got a right of reply. But perhaps the biggest question should be, how do these people become presidents of Rotary clubs? How do they become newspaper publishers? How do they become police chiefs? To find out, follow the Flying Sporran at andrewdrummond.com.